What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I'm coming to you tonight with a review for Pose season number 2. This is episode number 3, and it was titled Butterfly/Cocoon. So, you guys, without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and just jump right into the video. This was a really good episode, and at the end of this week's episode, we found out we're gonna be off for 2 weeks. Like, I'm not happy about that, but you know what? It is what it is. We'll get through it, you guys. We will get through it. All right, so we open the episode up and we see Angel, and Angel is at the modeling agency. She's, interviewing with Miss Ford, and Miss Ford asks her, why she should be the fresh face of 1990. So Angel says, what, she should be the fresh face because she is a natural beauty, which 100% Angel is a natural beauty. She is so gorgeous. And, she said, tell us a little bit more about you. She says, well, she can bring her heart with her. When it comes down to her friends needing advice and anything, she's always the one to give them good advice. And then she's like, well, you didn't ask me why I wanted to be, she asked them, when was the last time that they saw they met someone like her and had someone like her as the face? And then she says, they didn't even ask her why she wanted to be on the cover. And she tells them basically the reason why she wants to be on the cover is because when she was a kid, when she grew up, she was always made to feel like, she couldn't amount to anything. She was worthless. She had no value. And, if she can get the cover, that would be a way for her to show people, hey, I was once told that I wasn't worthless. I wasn't going to amount to anything. And if someone has told you that, don't listen to it. Don't believe it. Take me for an example. Look at me. I was told that I'm the face of, I'm the face of this campaign. So, forget what people say. Pursue your dreams and goals and do what it is that you want to do, and fuck the naysayers. Basically what she was saying. All right. So then we are at the ball, and the category is Femme Queen. So, Angel shows up, and Angel, she showed the fuck out and did that shit. I'm like, yes, you better show out, Miss Angel. Got all 10s and got the trophy. I'm like, yes, do that shit. You better do it. Yep, you better do it. Hey, you better do it. You better do it. You better do it. Like, you better do that shit. You better do that shit. Hey. So we see her and Poppy, and they back at the house. And, they doing some more Polaroids. And then the phone rings, and it's for Angel. So Angel goes and answers the phone. And unfortunately, she did not get the campaign. And, Blanca's like, you know what? I'm going to go down there. I'm going to have a conversation with Miss Ford, and I'm going to give her a piece of my mind. And, Angel's like, no, you don't need to do that. Like, you the reason why I didn't, like, you behind all of this. Like, stay in your place. Like, don't tell me what to do. Basically tell her not to tell her what to do. Like, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have got my hopes up thinking that I could be the face of this, campaign. Like, mind your fucking business, basically what she was trying to tell her. And I'm like, Blanca didn't do anything wrong. Blanca really just was, she's uplifting you guys, and she's telling you guys, no matter what, you can do whatever it is that you put your mind to. Don't let what people say deter you. So, and I like I've said before, I love that Blanca wants what's best for the kids, even if they don't see it for themselves. She wants what's best for them, and I can appreciate that. All right, so then we see Angel and Poppy. So they go on a little walk, and Angel is just talking about, man, I really, really wanted that campaign, and excuse me, y'all. Poppy is telling her, hey, it's your destiny. When it's meant for you, it'll happen. Just be patient and, wait things, be patient and wait. And all the good things come to those who wait. Basically what he was saying. And you can still just see that there's definitely some chemistry between Angel and Poppy. So, as they're walking, they stop. And then they finally kiss each other. I'm like, oh, look at that. Isn't that cute? So then Poppy tells her, Poppy got like real deep with Angel. He was like, he been waiting for a girl like her, and how, he knew she was the one since the day he met her. I'm like, oh, he just tugging at a nigga's heartstrings, like real hardcore, like shit, my nigga. Whoo! He was tugging at the nigga's heartstrings. So then, he says he wants to take her out on a real date. I'm like, oh, Poppy. Like, Poppy. Get it, Poppy. Get your girl. Get your girl. I'm like, yes. Go for it. Go for it, Poppy. Go. All right, next, you guys, so we see Electra's old bougie ass, and she's working a night shift again. And her client, Paul, shows up. And he shows up, he has a mask, a gas mask. And he tells her if he put the poppers in it, which that's what he was doing last week, you guys. If she puts it in there, it releases into him somehow. I'm like, what the fuck? I wonder if he meant like the holes in the gas mask. So, he tells her, excuse me, y'all. He tells her to give him a few minutes to, let the drugs take effect. So, she goes out, goes out into the waiting area. And, she just, following her nails. Like, okay. Looking at the clock. She doing a lot of different things. So then eventually Electra goes back in there. And she's like, are you ready for dominatrix? Miss Electra with the whip. And she says, if you're ready, nod your head. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I was looking at him. I'm like, don't think he's gonna nod his head because I'm pretty positive homeboy overdosed. I was like, I just believe he overdosed. So she takes the gas mask off, and like I said, Paul is dead as fuck. And I thought he was foaming at the mouth, but she said it was throw up. He choked on his own throw up. I'm like, ugh. That's a shitty way to die. To choke on your throw up. Ugh. Ugh. God. Oh, so also he did tell her the reason why he was, hitting the drugs extra hard that night, which technically poppers is not a drug. It's I can't explain what it is. You guys can look it up. It's like it's almost like a shot of adrenaline for people. But he got passed over for promotion. So when he ended up dead, we see her. We see we see Blanca, and somebody's banging at her door. And who is it? It's none other than Electra. And I'm like, you couldn't think of nobody else to go to but Blanca, the same person that you just went off on a few weeks ago? Okay, if you say so. So then, she tells her, like, hey, girl, so you want to know the secret about where that extra money comes from? Yeah, I work down at the club, and I'm a mistress. She's like, you a mistress? She said, yep. So then, she tells her, like, hey, so one of my clients, Paul, he's really into drugs, and, he wanted me to put this gas mask on him. And then, she said when I stepped out the room for a little bit, I went out for that long. But then when I went back into the room, he had choked on his own vomit. So Blanca's like, girl, we need to call the fucking cops. She's like, no, we are not calling the motherfucking cops. Like, that's not what we're about to do. So Blanca's like, well, let me go call somebody. So she goes get the phone, and, it's like, I did not remember. Well, yes, I did. In the 90s, we did have those. You did have those phones where you would still, twist. For the kids out there who are very young, who doesn't know anything about the 90s, we used to have what they call landlines. And the landlines, you would have to, well, my grandmother had two of them. So my grandmother had the one where you would push the numbers, doom, 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 doom. Or you would have, and she also had the one where you had to, go 9. Our area code is 903. So you have to go 903. 5 9 5 0 7 8 6. That's my old home phone number, by the way. You can call that number if you want to, but no one's gonna ever answer it because it was in my mom's name and she's deceased, and that phone has been since turned off. So call it if you like. Somebody might answer. Hell, I don't know who the fuck will, but someone might answer. But yeah, she's like, bitch, and no, we're not calling the cops. She's like, bitch, I would have been better off going to Candy. I'm like, well, bitch, you should have went to Candy in the first motherfucking place. The fuck? All ungrateful, bitch. Ugh. So then, we see, Electra, she does leave, and, Blanca follows in behind her. And where did she follow her to? A strip club. And who's at the strip club? Candy. I'm like, wait a minute. The bitch that can't dance is a stripper? Okay. The bitch that can't vogue is a stripper. Can't do any kind of moves is a fucking stripper. Right. So, so they go there, Candace's like, bitch, what the fuck is your bougie ass on here? She's like, I need your help. And then, Electra puts out some money. She's like, I need your help for real, for real. So then, they go back into the, the dressing room. Everybody out the motherfucking dressing room. I need everybody out the motherfucking dressing room. Hold this. Make sure don't nobody come in. You and your daddy. Ebony got raped at Junior's party tonight. And you left her there, didn't you? I don't know what you're talking about. That's my movie. I'm gonna kick your motherfucking ass. I love Players Club. Like, that whole dressing room just reminded me of that fight scene between Ebony and Ronnie on the Players Club. Like, that literally, I'm having flashbacks. I'm just picturing that whole scene in my head right now. Like, that is a badass motherfucking scene. Whew. But yeah, so, Candy's talking to them, and, again, Blanca's on a whole tip of call the cops. And, Candy's like, bitch, you think the cops gonna believe us, some transsexuals, over a good old white boy? Nah, bitch. We gonna y'all gonna end up in jail, because there is no we, there's you two, no me. So, yeah, she's like, yeah, bitch, there is nope. So, because Electra was Electra wanted to listen to Blanca. She's like, yeah, we should call the cops and tell him he overdosed. And that's when, Ken's like, bitch, they're not going to believe you at all. Fuck you. Like, no. Nobody's going to believe that bullshit. It's the good old white boy versus a bunch of black and brown transsexuals. Who you think they're going to believe? Right. All right. So then we see Candy. She takes Blanca and Electra to meet someone, and they go run into this woman who's a lady, a woman of the night, streetwalker, whatever you want to call them. So then, she's telling them about some trouble that she got into about a year ago when she was in the back seat and she was giving one of her Johns some head. And John was like, lose the teeth. She's like, oh, baby, I ain't never had no complaints about my head game. Like, no teeth ever. So then, they get into a fight with one another. And he, she beating his ass and he beating her ass. And she gets out the car and he's still beating her up. And then the cops pull up. And the cops, ask him what the hell is going on when he was on top of her. Like, what? The John is on top of her, beating her ass. But y'all gonna ask him what the fuck is happening? Why not ask? You know what? It was a different time period, but still, shit. Even if that quote was a real woman, like they were, because that's what it was. The fact that she is technically not a woman to them, they, want to say. And then when she said what happened, basically the John painted her off as the aggressor, talking about, it was somebody his brother knew, and he was trying to give her a ride somewhere, and out of nowhere she attacked him. How the fuck? So if she attacked him, why the fuck was she on the ground, but his ass was on top of her beating the shit out of her? Like, how that makes sense? Make that make sense to me. How, Sway? How? Like, that really did piss me off. Like, he beating her ass, but she's the aggressor? Yes, I get that she might be a little bit bigger than he is, but she's on the ground getting her ass beat. And y'all saw that shit. But again, she's a motherfucking aggressor because she's a transgender. Well, in that case, in that time period, a transsexual. I don't give a fat flying fuck what the fuck she was. That was a person, a woman, a man, whatever you want to call it. Her. I didn't mean to say that. Whatever you want to call her. She was a person. She's a human that was getting her ass beat on the ground. But this white motherfucker, y'all gonna take his side because he's the good old white boy. He can't do no wrong. The fuck? The good old white boy was in the backseat getting his dick sucked by what you guys want to call a transsexual. Like, fuck you. I got off on that. Like I said, that shit really did really pissed me off. Like, I was just like, wow. Bigotry at its finest. Bigotry, hatred, whatever you want to call that shit. Like, that was fucked the fuck up. But, then she tells them about how when she went to jail in Rikers Island, she got beat up. And then, one of the guards said he was going to make her, one of the guards took a special liking to her. And, he would give her makeup. He would treat her specially. But she didn't realize that what he was doing was trying to pimp her out. I'm like, wow. Wow. That's fucked up. Really, really fucked up. Like, really fucked up. So, yeah, she's basically advocating for them not calling the cops. So then Candy says that, she knows someone that can help them, clean up the body. But you're going to have to pay the bitch cash. And then Elektra takes Blanca. She's like, you know what? I'm your mother. I don't want you to be anywhere near this or around this. So go in the room so that way you don't be privy to anything that's going on. So, then we see, Candy and Elektra, they go into a basement, somewhere in the basement. And Elektra's like, bitch, I don't do basements. And she's like, bitch, if you don't bring your bougie ass on here. So then they go in there and there's a woman in there, and the woman has a huge issue with Candy, and I'm like, okay, bitch got it. A Hispanic lady, by the way, who had an issue with Candy. So then Elektra pulls out the money. She's like, look here, bitch, I need your help. I heard you was good. Like, one of the girls that took some of your product and died, you took care of her. So I need your help. Like, I need this. So then she's like, she was asking, like, is he big? Is he tall? Is he small? Is he short? Is he fat? Is he round? Like, what is he? And like, bitch, why? She said, because I need to know what kind of suitcase to put him in. I said, I know we're not about to stick this man in a motherfucking suitcase. And what did they do? They stuck this fool in the fucking suitcase, and they was on the elevator with him. I'm like, how could you be on that? Like, and I'm looking, the man looked like he couldn't be no more than 100 and maybe 50 pounds. At the least. I'm like, I know that bag has got to be heavy as fuck. And she's toting this bag around like, what the fuck? Shit. And so when they got there, Candy said, you know what? I know who this motherfucker is. This is Paul. So like, he got banned from the strip club because, word is that he used to go in the back and he used to beat on the girls. So she said, this motherfucker got exactly what he deserved. I'm like, okay. You're not going to help? What you gonna do? All right, so next we see Blanca. She's at the house, and she is frantic about what's going on with Elektra. I'm like, girl, do not sit here and let Elektra fuck up your nerves. Like, let her be. So then Angel comes in and she apologizes to Blanca about what she said, and so Blanca's like, well, Poppy's been upset. Like, what's going on? Like, what the fuck is going on with him? So then Poppy does show up, and he tells Angel that the reason why he's been upset, because she's like, what's up with you? He's like, I've been upset because, you after I kissed you and I asked you on a date, you basically ignored me. And, she basically tells him, like, I'm kind of scared. Like, I don't want anything to change between you and I. And he was like, you know what? Why don't you give me a chance to prove that I can be a good dude to you? And I'm like, that is so sweet. I like the relationship between Poppy and Angel. I really do. So then we moved back over to bougie ass Elektra. So, she's thinking that the bitch done took her money and ran the fuck off. But nope, she didn't run off. She came back with, the lime to cover up the smell of the dead body and everything else that they need to dispose of the dead body. Which they technically, we're going to get into what they did with the body. Morbidly morbid. So, Elektra's like, let's pray over the body. I'm like, why are we praying over the body? And then the prayer that she said, I'm like, what kind of fucked up prayer is this? Because this is fucked up. So then, I'm like, really? That was a really jacked up fucking prayer. So then we see Angel, and Angel is, getting, trying on clothes, getting ready for her date with Poppy. And, Damon asked her, like, why are you doing all this over Poppy? And she's like, what do you mean? He was like, you can get any guy that you want, but you want Poppy? Now, what the fuck is wrong with Poppy? Like, you tell me, like, Damon, what's your issue? Like, what's wrong with Poppy? Do tell. So then the phone rings and the phone is for Angel and it's Miss Ford. So then we see her back at Miss Ford's office and she's just talking to Miss Ford and Miss Ford's like, you know what? I like your sass, but your sass is what kept you from getting that getting that title. So then she tells her that there's a group of models and they are on location. And for the shoot, the client feels like he wanted something, extra. He's missing something special. And she said, I feel like that something special is you. So then, Miss Ford tells Angel that she'll be the face of the spring colors. And then she gives her an address saying, hey, you know what? You're late, so you need to get over there. So then we see Angel. She heads over there and, she is, doing her, she's in a swimsuit and she looked gorgeous in that swimsuit. So then the photographer is, telling her to pose. So she does her pose or whatever she did, whatever kind of pose she did it. He said, mm-mm. So she gets like a step stool almost, and she just, does like what she was doing with Poppy, and she, she does her pose, and he was like, yes, that's it. So then you see the other models come out, and she's doing her poses with them, and I'm like, yes, Angel, like give it to him. So then, after I think all the girls had left, and she looked at the clock, she's like, oh shit, it's 7:30, I have to go, and she's getting ready to go for her date with Poppy. He was like, well, the shoot is booked until 9 o'clock. Like, if you don't want this, go for whatever else you got that's more important than this. So she's like, oh, shit. So I have to, she's like, it is what it is. I got to stay and, make this happen for me. So she does stay. And we do see Poppy. Poppy is outside of the restaurant for their date, and he looks so sad. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I felt so bad for Poppy. But at the same time, I wanted Angel to get her big break. So my heart was conflicted. Like I want Angel to do what she needs to do for herself, but I also wanted her to go on her date with Poppy. So it was just like, fuck, it's like a catch-22. Like, which is more important? And she had to go with the one that, I don't even want to say that, the modeling was more important than Poppy, because they're both equally important, but, she had to go with the one that was, well, shit, I can't even say that either, but she went with the modeling. But, like I said, Poppy, he's heartbroken. And I was like, fuck, like, all right, so then at the house, Angel is telling Blanca and Damon about her day. She had a great day with the shoot. And then Poppy walks in and, he tells Blanca that he was late because he took an extra shift. And, Blanca's like, well, you know what? Let me go fix your dinner. And she tells Damon, like, come your ass home too. So they're leaving Poppy and Angel in there to talk. And, Angel didn't apologize to him. And, she tells him about her modeling campaign. And he's extremely happy for her. But he tells her that she fucked him up. Which I understand that. Like, he waited for her. She never showed up. Damn, this would have been a good time for them to have cell phones. Like, she could have just texted him, like, what's up, Poppy? I'm at a photo shoot. I'm going, this photo shoot is until 9 o'clock. Can we meet up somewhere else? Like, that would have been a good time for cell phones to be around, but, it is what it is. But then I think they had pagers in the 90s. So she could have paged him and said whatever the message was. Yeah, she could have paged him, but it is what it is. But she once again apologizes to him, and, he tells her he's very supportive of her. And then he's tugging at a motherfucker's heartstrings, like talking about, how she is his prize. And I'm like, well, god damn, Poppy. Like, again, she is the girl for him. I'm like, nigga, you ain't doing shit but tugging at my heartstrings. Like, god damn, I just want to be like, here, Poppy, like, here's some tissue. Giving my shoulder grind, like, it's okay. It's okay, buddy. I got you. Buddy. Like, I just want to do that to him. Just, I got you, my nigga. So then we see Blanca, and Blanca, she meets up with Electra's old bougie ass. And, she's like, and they had the Kitty Car Bar, I believe that's what the name of it, Kitty Cat Bar. That's what it was, Kitty Cat Bar. I typed it up wrong on my phone. But, she's like, so I'm trying to catch up with you. Like, what's been going on with you? It's been 2 weeks since I heard from you. And she's been her typical self. I'm like, the bitch is checking on you, and here you go, still with a motherfucking attitude. But I guess I understand why she was doing it. She wants to keep Blanca out of it completely, and she doesn't want anybody to know about it. But Blanca's like, everybody basically believes what's in the paper, that a business executive went missing. So no one is, and she's like, and then this is when we get into this, to the whole logistics of where Paul is. So what they did was they cut Paul up and they put Paul into a trunk that is in Electra's closet that she covers up with boxes. I'm like, ain't no way in the fucking hell would you put a dead body in my closet. You better bury that bitch outside somewhere. I don't give a fuck where you bury it, but bury it somewhere. That bitch is not sitting in my closet because she's talking about she feels like she sees him. No shit, Sherlock. The motherfucker's in your closet. The fuck? That'd be the last place I put that motherfucker. My motherfucking closet? Ugh. My closet? Absolutely not. So then lastly in the episode, we see, they go to the convenience store. Well, actually, it looked like might be like a CVS or a Walgreens store where they're looking for Angel's campaign, and they find her campaign, and she looked beautiful in those photos. So you guys, that was the episode of Pose. Like I said, we're off for 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks. And like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later.